It's been another Draft Science video, comments this time. So we do have a few, and some of them might be worth something. I'm not sure. My chair's not worth anything. It's all these wires. I have too many wires. Yes. Anyway, it's always something, right? I started a video lately, and it just isn't coming off very, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, Ken Fire in the Sky guy, who's just such an asshole. But anyway, so he does another comment that's really irritating. But anyway, so this one's on the cosmological stuff, and he just did bring up something. What about conservation of information? Information cannot be destroyed. There's no such thing, okay? The conservation of information just means that you can always run the model backwards, and that's all it means. There's no information stored somewhere. I mean, you have atoms in you that have been all kinds of places, and there's no information in those atoms telling you where they've been. The only way you know where they've been is you follow where they went, where they came from, and that's how you could trace it back to Benjamin Franklin's ass or something. I mean, that's the only way. The information isn't anywhere, it's in all the pieces. So if you want to know something, you have to find all the pieces that were that something, send them backwards to basically remodel the something. It's just, but the conservation is it's broken, it's way out, and it's all over the place. So there's no explicit conservation. It's just a kind of a silly thing to say. Well, the whole thing, they always want to make this stuff more than it is. So they want to say words like information because that goes with the wavy crap and somehow everything's doing something. And no, the simple bits aren't doing anything. So anyway, a bit of science fiction. Is it possible some kind of computer flying through space? What's the point? The computer that evolved where? The computer made by who? I mean, it's just pointless. I mean, here I'm sitting there going to all this trouble to say, look, I have a theory that gets rid of all the woo. Alright, gets rid of all this bent space, gets rid of all this retarded non-explanations for things, and gives you a simple checkerboard, okay, of tiny amounts of functionality. Things that you're, probably never going to be able to unravel any more unraveling. I've taken it all the way down to the very basic thing, and yes, that very basic thing has some reason it exists, but I'm just saying I think some of this stuff is reasons you're never going to get a good answer to. I could say the universe got a crack, a bunch of golf balls flew out of holes, and now they're trying to get back in the hole, and that's that's the universe. I mean, it'd be some kind of mechanical thing like that. But the point is that the idea is that there's nothing, and what happens? Oh, error. Yeah, error happens. Who knew that would be the truth? And that's what the something is the error. But anyway, alright, so this is his other shitty, snarky, creepy, cruddy, crappy, shitty comment. Alright, at some point in the early 1900s, science, so that's the quote from my webpage. Your theory is a duality. How so? The universe is solid and a vibration happens. I don't know what that means. That is particle wave duality. Well, whatever. I don't know what that means. I don't know how it's relevant to what I said. It's really explicit. I'll show you the damn fucking document that you were supposed to have read. So, fuck you. How does this mechanism work? At times you speak of it as this directional information conducting medium can move. Look, I'll go to the, if it can move, it must have something between or a way it does it. Yeah, the bits move. That was what was the premise of the whole argument. Now you have an image of these little arrows. These arrows just represent anything moving, okay? It could be a ball bearing, it could be a frisbee, it could be anything. It doesn't matter. It's not terribly important. The idea is that it moves. Period. What, you don't like that? And like I said, I mean, and right here, I couldn't have made it any simpler. 3 stupid little things. That's all you had to do. They are in constant movement in straight lines. They are shaped taller than they are wide. That's polarization. When they hit each other, they exchange direction with each other and do nothing else. But the interaction does take a moment of time. So what is so fucking complicated? I mean, how can you possibly honestly tell me you can't understand that? I give you this damn picture of little arrows. The little arrows bang into each other. The arrow going this way goes that way. I give you this illustration. The arrow goes in, it hits the other thing, it takes the direction this thing had, this thing takes the direction that thing had. That's it. I mean, how much clearer do I have to make it? I mean, this is just, you're telling me you read it? You didn't read shit, obviously. All right. How can they move? Well, again, that's not my obligation, right? Are you, you know, it's like asking, how does space get bent in Einstein's theory? So again, I'm not up to some different standard here. I'm telling you I can get rid of bent space, wavy action, spooky action, dark this, special that. I can get rid of all that crap and give you a simple diagram of a mechanism. 3 little stupid things are happening. Polarization, frequency, and movement at the speed of light. That's what's happening in the fucking universe. So I've gotten rid of all that crap and given you 3 fucking things, and now you're bitching at me because I'm not giving you one thing? Oh, fuck you. Anyway, direction they are facing. Are they like ball bearings? Well, I've said it. I've called them BBs. I've acknowledged them to fish. I mean, yes, they are things. They move in a straight line. They hit something else and they acquire the direction that thing was going. They're all doing exactly the same thing. They're moving from one place to another goddamn place where they have an interaction with some other thing. So between how much distance that is doesn't matter, irrelevant, who cares? They could be this close together, they could be that close together. It doesn't goddamn matter. The point is they go from point A and the next thing they do okay, the very next thing they do is go to point B where they hit something. And that takes time. Hitting something takes time. That's where time is invented. Fuck head. Sorry, but this is just rude. Direction are they facing? Are they like ball bearings? How do square ball bearings move? Well, again, who cares? There's no friction in space, retard. You're going to ask me, you're going to say something stupid, I'm going to give you the fucking, I'm going to call you an idiot. What, you don't understand that there's no aerodynamics in space? You don't need, like in Star Wars, it was kind of fake bullshit to have little pointy spaceships and shit, because you really don't need all that crap. I mean, it might help just for ions and stuff. You know, it might help bounce the ions off you better. But it's really unnecessary as a practical matter. There's no huge force in your way in empty space. Alright, these quantons fill space, matter, energy, and in essence all there is and all that is. There, that couldn't be more explicit, could it be? Maybe that should be the first line. Well, no, it shouldn't be the first line because it's really saying too much too quickly, and I think I led up to it perfectly reasonably. So I'll take this critique and I'll say, okay, fine, I'll consider moving it, but I don't think it's an honest expression of any kind of need to do it. I mean, it's fucking only 3 paragraphs down. I think the other paragraphs are important as working your way up to the big statement, which is this is the whole fucking universe. These simple dynamic. So I didn't have to add it here out of logical order. Well, again, the idea is you read the document first and then you go through it and ask your questions which you didn't understand. There's absolutely no point in reading it line by line and then saying for every line, I don't know what that means because the context hasn't been finished. So if you want to be an asshole about it, fine. I presume somebody's going to read the damn thing before they start drawing conclusions. The other questions I asked would answer this one. Well, again, I just... it's just no fucking point. Like I said, if you can't understand how material is presented and that you have to actually read a hunk of stuff before you know what the hell the hunk is, then you're too stupid to be helped. When trapped in circular orbs, we call them matter. So he didn't leave a comment. I don't know why you do that. What's the point? You agree? Is that what you're saying? Agreed. I don't know. I don't know what that means. When they arrive at a precise timer, we call them light, photons, electromagnetic radiation. The distance between 2 quantons and including the 2 quantons themselves is called a photon. That's what we're calling one. Obviously, I would prefer that we just call one of the quantons the photon and just acknowledge that they always have to be 2 or more. I mean, obviously a stream, a ray of light coming off of an electron. An electron might produce, whatever, 400 quantons shooting out of it. A stream, a ray of little quanta that it shoots out. And so obviously you would call the collective thing photon, but it's not really photon, if you get my meaning. It's not a very good description. Photon implies a ton, a thing, a one thing. And it's just not made of one thing. It's made of, it's one thing, and it's one identifiable thing coming at a frequency. But obviously you have to have the frequency to detect it. That's the whole point. You won't capture it in a solar system unless two of them go in, kind of a thing. They can't be absorbed by an electron as individuals. They have to be absorbed by an electron in at least pairs. Photon equals quantum A plus distance plus quantum B. Yeah, well, the distance is quite irrelevant, but yes, that's the idea. When in their most common condition, not matter or energy, they are force. Okay. And instigate, I don't know why he's just repeating what I said. And instigate through their ability to transfer directional identity. What, you want me to put commas in? Well, okay, fine. I don't know if they're already there, but fine. Okay, I'll add commas. Jesus. And instigate, I mean, probably this instigate should be up here then, right? If you're going to correct me grammatically, you probably should do that correctly, shithead. I mean, those doing corrections shouldn't need correcting. Asshole. I'm burping like fucking holiday. At the real working level of the universe, the smallest bits are just kinetically banging into each other. That's really easy. So what do they do? Expand and contract? I mean, fuck. Do fish expand and contract? I mean, you can't understand marbles on a table banging into each other? If I made marbles that maintain their motion, perpetual motion marbles, you know, the ones that didn't lose their kinetic energy, you can't understand how they just roll and they bang into each other and roll and they bang into each other. Pool balls, you can't understand a frictionless pool ball table and how they just keep colliding. They don't expand, they don't contract, they bang into each other, fuckhead. How do they move? Not my job. Photon, how does a photon move? I don't know. It does. And it probably does it instantaneously, which is a little bit spooky, if it didn't hit other photons, gravitons. If the quanta didn't hit other quanta, they would go wherever they're going instantaneously. So that's sort of the magic of the whole thing, right? Because as soon as they leave this dense field of shit and they shoot out into the empty, they are gone. Okay, they hit infinity. Because there's nothing to slow them down. Get it? You probably don't. I will assume it's spaghetti code. Well, you can do whatever the fuck you want, you stupid lousy cunt. $30,000 an hour, 10 minutes, that'll be $500. Yes, well, as I'm 40 times smarter than you, you owe me $20,000, fuckhead. Do you have to be artsy-fartsy about it? I mean, amazing. I'm getting rid of bent space. That's not artsy-fartsy. I'm getting rid of particle wave duality mystery. I'm getting rid of spooky action and distance. I'm getting rid of two slits at once. I'm getting home Copenhagen bullshit. I'm getting rid of all that fucking crap. And you say something stupid like that to me? Can't you just be mechanical? I mean, how the fuck more mechanical can I goddamn motherfucking cunt get then? They are at constant movement in straight lines. They are shaped taller than they are wide. So they're like a frisbee. When they hit each other, they exchange direction with each other and do nothing else. But the interaction takes a moment of time. How can I get any more mechanical than that? Explain to me what would be more... You explain to me one theory on a fucking face of this earth right now that's more mechanical than that. Asshole. So, fuck you. I mean, I could post this video as a link to these comments, but I just really want to delete them because it's insulting. You did a shitty... I mean, this crap at the bottom, do you have to be artsy-fartsy about it? Again, where is the artsy-fartsy in that fucking simple premise? How the fuck do you pervert this into artsy-fartsy, fuckhead? God, I wish. Yeah, I wish cannons were legal. Really, fuck it. Oh, man, I had a cannon accident. Yeah, go ahead. Try to find the rifling on my cannonball. Huh. Good luck, fucker. Anyway, good theory, bad camera, really. Yeah, right. I knew it. I said it in the video. Okay, it's a shitty quality video. Scientists should be able to get over that. What can I say? Fuck you. The Tesla kook. Alright, stupid Piro's useless comment. Now let's get to logical imperialist. What a fucking cunt. I mean, really. Wow, a GUI come by. I don't even know what that means, but we are. A man in a flannel shirt. I wore one just for you. Gee, I mean something. In a shack in the woods in New Jersey. Yeah, Einstein was in a goddamn patent office. And living in a little one-room apartment. Let's insult Einstein now. Fuck you. Inform Stephen Hawking, everyone. Well, Stephen Hawking's not really all that goddamn fucking wonderful anyway. But yeah, if you want to go inform him, go ahead. He's going to be informed eventually. Yeah. Call Alan Guth. Yeah, well, I'm not too impressed, obviously. Isn't he the universe is expanding guy? Yeah. Redshift. And Steven Weinberg. Yeah, well, fuck him too. And Frank Wolfowitz. Yeah, well, whatever. We have found it. No, I have found it, asshole. You didn't have anything to goddamn do with it. You had everything to try to stop it from being found. Assholes like you, naysaying, nitpicking, motherfucking cunt shit like you, are the reason why the world ain't progressing as far as it should have. Is these naysaying, nitpicking motherfucking cunts who have nothing valuable to contribute but their naysaying nitpickery. Fuck you in your naysaying, nitpickery, smelly goddamn cunt ass. We have found the answer to the meaning of the universe and everything. Well, actually, the meaning isn't in there. But the goddamn mechanism is, fuckhead. It was found by Gary. But I don't know why you have to use my name. What is that? You own me now? You can just do whatever the fuck with me you want to do because you're the magic troll who has all these magic authorizations and you've earned this right to take somebody's real name and fuck with it all you want. Even though you know it's like kind of the policy of this whole game we're playing, that if I have a screen name, you use my screen name, and even if you know my real name, you don't gratuitously just throw it around because it's really none of your fucking cunt business. But no, go ahead and be an asshole, alright? You're only proving you're an asshole, that's all. This proves you're a petty asshole. You have to reach for that because you got no argument. You lame, limp, pussy, shit. Anyway, a self-proclaimed physicist living by himself in the grander region of Mendham, New Jersey. Again, I don't know what this has to do with it. Mosier has no formal training in physics. Well, I don't know what you call formal training. I did go to high school. I did actually fail physics. So, the only course I ever failed in high school. I only technically failed. I won the appeal. Yes, I was stoned and I fell asleep a lot. Well, I was drunk too. That was my drinking period, actually. And, you know, I had a partner who was a hot chick. And I was a little distracted, frankly. Who has no formal training and has found the most general theory in science of all time. The most general theory in science. Well, you should say the Rosetta Stone or the Holy Grail of science or something like that. You should really build it up a little better. I probably have to get that, yes. Till immediately, actually. For you. Almost immediately. Alright, I'm back. So anyway, where was I? Okay. Magic Jack. It's kind of irritating. Yeah, you hang up and a minute later the damn software realizes. I don't know, it's stupid. Surely his name will go down in history as one of the most important persons in history of all time. Yeah, but it's not going to be all that long a history anyway, right? Because the human race is doomed. The whole thing's going to blow the fuck up in some way or other. You know, they're certainly not going to read history books anymore. Let's just put it that way. So it really won't matter. The discovery is among the most important, if not the most important of all time. Well, I'm just saying by Einstein standards. Right? If we use Einstein as the model for what you get for coming up with something, he came up with the wrong answer, right? And everybody knew his name. I'm just saying I happen to come up with the right answer. So, just saying, not my fault. I'm right and he's wrong. Just the way it turned out, shithead. Language, writing the wheel of calculus. Well, again, so Why the wheel, calculus, the computer, and now this? Well, whatever. Again, I'm just going by, what's the standard? I mean, this unification thing was supposed to be the Holy Grail, was it not, of science? I mean, you want to say it isn't? Okay, fine, go ahead and make that argument, shithead. But if I'm right, that's what it means, jackass. And you're not demonstrating how I'm wrong. You're just ad hominem insulting me, you fuck. God said, let Mosier be, and all was light. Well, again, I don't believe in gods, and I made that clear, so this is just more crap. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Among the first, I mean, really, you really should have to out yourself. I mean, if I do win the Nobel Prize, I mean, this is one of the perks I'm going to say. I'm going to say to the CIA or whoever, who the fuck was this cunt? Okay, because this cunt deserves to be pissed on when dead. Or alive. Alright. Among the first to congratulate Mr. on his finding was Logical Imperialist, a fellow YouTuber who, you're not a fellow anything, you're a fucking troll, okay? You don't make any content, you're just a fucking slandering, shit-talking troll who has recognized the genius of Mosier and stands in awe of the 50-something hermit. Well, again, how old I am, how I live, why are these things important? I mean, like I said, Einstein was this long-haired, hippy-dippy-doo guy. You can make all kinds of stupid insults that really don't mean anything. Should somebody give a fuck about any of that crap? Simon played the bongos. Mosier, who suffers from anger management issues. Again, I don't have any problem managing my anger. Where's the line of dead bodies? If I didn't have complete control over my anger, there'd be some dead people, fuckhead. Jeez. I mean, I have absolutely no reason to think you should be alive, none whatsoever. If I had a vote, right? You alive, or that rock over there is painted blue. Yeah, I say go ahead, paint the blue rock, paint the rock blue. It makes more sense than keeping that fuckhead alive. Blocked the appearance on several occasions, but that has nothing to do. Oh, this is just such funny prose. Oh man, he's such a funny guy. No. But stands in awe. The picture, okay, blocked appearance several occasions, but that has done nothing to the validity of the theory and the fact that Mr. Mosier's theoretical accounts are sound. Well, again, you're not making any counter argument. You're just slandering Mr. Mosier. It remains to be seen if his theoretical construct, which has been sought for over 60 years, no, it's really been sought for like hundreds of years. And again, the idea of particle gravity came up 300 fucking years ago. And a bunch of the naysayers and the nitpickers and the motherfuckers showed up like you. Alright? And they basically, burned the guy at the stake. So, fuck you cunts. Throughout history, you've been nothing but an impediment. Jesus. I mean, no argument here. Again, just nothing. Okay? Just attack the messenger. Oh, he's saying something isn't the way you say it is, so therefore attack him. You're just such a cunt. But it seems clear that the very wide-ranging spectrum of applications in technology and even the humanities is going to be influenced by his stroke of genius. Well, again, it doesn't really do that. And again, all that stroke of genius shit didn't have anything to do with computers or any of this shit. All that shit would have happened anyway because people do experiments. They put stuff in water and then they electrify it and they do this and they do that. And they find out shit that way. By doing experiments. Not by doing a bunch of theoretical crap, but by just trying different things. And, so that's really not the point, is it? No. But the point is having the right answer will make it possible to understand some concepts like, well, you're not going to be able to have people travel half the speed of light without the people getting very, 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 very sick. And also they're going to be bombarded by all kinds of hard radiation because every bit of light will now be X-rays. Asked what Mosier says concerning his findings, Mosier simply replies, I knew it was going to happen to win the Nobel Prize when I was 12 years old. Well, I didn't know it then, but I certainly know it now. I was mobbed by fellow classmates. Surely I showed them in the end. Well, that's what's going to happen. I am going to show you in the end, and if possible, I will enjoy pissing on a few graves. Sadly, this is all make-believe, and you have done nothing in Mendham. Well, I think I have done something. I'm going to show you up, and I'm going to show these other assholes up, and I'm going to shove this poll as far up your ass as possible when I finally do win. I hope the world humiliates you right off the fucking goddamn planet, because this is just outrageous crap. You've come up with no counter-argument whatsoever. You've pointed to nothing whatsoever. Go ahead, point to one fucking experiment, one fucking argument made by one of your god physicists, and I'll show you how he's full of shit. And I've done that in these videos, so to say I've done nothing is just cunt bullshit, you fucking lying scum. Anyway. You've managed to mystify some minds of followers. I don't even know what that means. Apart from that, you've done nothing else than to waste time, yours and ours. And you seem to be some kind of asshole who likes to watch things that you think are a waste of time, that aren't in some way challenging or in some way intriguing. And so that's what you do with your time. Is it? Can you show me the other people that you're harassing just so we can get some feel for the character of the people getting harassed by you, cunt face? Oh, Jesus. Let me tell you this in slow motion. You are... Oh, he has to put stuff in caps. Woo! You're not a genius. You are not a special kind of human who has figured it all out. Well, again, I didn't say I was a special kind of human, and I've actually said quite explicitly what I've done is not at all spectacular. What is spectacular is that physicists, who should have been a lot more clever, have bought stupid things like, well, we'll just bend the space, and that'll create a hole, and stuff can fall down the hole. Yeah, the fact that, okay, well, I think the photon went through both the slits and it interfered with itself. Yeah, they come up with crap like that and then applaud each other. Even though there's a single slit experiment, same diffraction pattern, just a little bit different intensities, we'll just pretend the two slits have something to do with photons interfering with themselves. I mean, it's a preposterous crap. Fucking, again, if you gave a grammar school class and you gave them the challenge, here's two experiments, single slit, double slit. Yeah, explain it. They'd do better than motherfucking physicists and their stupid Copenhagen, their fucking multiverses, their fucking fantasy fairy tale bullshit. And so this story isn't about how great I am. It's about how much physics has sucked. A bunch of pretentious elitist cunts who, yes, they pass some mathematics exams, and that's all they really goddamn cunt did. And I'm not talking about working physicists. I'm talking about these prima donnas doing their theoretical crap. The ikakus and shit. Figured it all out. You are an ordinary man who happens to have a video camera. Look, I happen to have more than that, okay? I happen to have an internet, and I happen to have done 4 years of research. And, you know, again, you can just keep playing this cunt game like I somehow haven't qualified myself to have an opinion, you fucking cunt, because I have qualified myself. So, again, you're just a slandering motherfucking cunt weasel. You bring nothing to the table. You don't fight a fair fight. You have no goddamn balls. You have no goddamn dick. You're a dickless, ballless motherfucking cunt, and that should be written on your goddamn grave. And if I can get that, if I can have a constitutional amendment put in the goddamn Congress for my own personal gratification, yeah, I think there are people on this planet who should have written on their goddamn grave, this motherfucker was nothing but a motherfucking cunt troll. Okay? Piss at your own volition. Okay? Because he's a shit fucking head, a useless piece of goddamn crap, who never put two goddamn words together to do anything constructive in his goddamn motherfucking Weasley little tiny dick life. You fucking cunt. Yeah. So enough of that. So this other stupid cunt, Truth Quest, bullshit. I don't know about all that. If that was the case, then you wouldn't need the magnet in the middle. So he's not understanding that ferrocells aren't cameras. They can't see far, far away, and then they bring the results to the even cameras don't work that way. Idiot. You don't understand that? That the little piece of shit, the little piece of silicone in a camera, okay, it doesn't see nothing, okay, in the sense that it has to electronically be connected to something that does the seeing, so to speak. Alright, a ferrocell can't see stuff coming from the magnet. It can only see what is affecting it at this one layer, just like filings on a piece of paper. It can only see that plane of reality. It can't see anywhere else. It's not a camera, for fuck's sake. Anyway, let's see. So, you read a book of cosmology? No, I didn't, you fucking cunt. I've made that clear, okay? I read enough of it to verify it's a kooky religious nut theory, and there's nothing of value in it, and you want to keep pretending there is, go ahead. You took all of this out of that book. What? All of what? Quote a sentence. Quote something. This fucking lack of quoting me and saying, there, that's out of whatever, this stupid ashafafaggy thing. This is everything I was talking about. No, it isn't anything you were talking about. When you made fun of me, no, wrong again. This is all from the book. No, well, you haven't cited anything, so I guess there's no point. There is no such thing as photons leaving the flashlight. Well, yes, there goddamn is, you jackass, and that's why the filament degrades, and that's why it breaks eventually. It's because you're basically causing it to go into radioactive decay, in a sense. You're decaying it by having it release all of these photons. The photons are quanta. That's leaving the electromagnetic wave. There's no waves, okay? There's frequency. That's all there is. There's no fucking such thing as waves on the in physics, okay? That's mechanics that comes about once you have chemistry, but it has nothing to do with physics. Photons are ether. Well, whatever you want to call them, that's okay. I don't mind saying you want to call the active field of energy ether, that's okay, but again, I said that's a misnomer because ethers have always been dead fields, not active fields. So again, that doesn't make much sense. I'm saying the ether is actually, the field is actually the source of everything that's moving. Nothing would move without it. Nothing can exist without ether. Well, again, everything's made out of it. It's only one fucking thing, the quantons, you jackass. And again, calling it ether would be stupid because ether's always been used as a term to describe something in the empty space. This is what I've been saying, but it's but the Club of Einstein tards keeps saying there's no such thing as ether. Well, again, Einstein tards do say there is, and they're calling it now virtual photons, or they're calling it this or that, the other thing. But yes, they're coming up with terminology. Nothing can exist without. Oh, she's already said that. You people are so redundant. Tesla, idiot, and a bunch of others were right. Tesla wasn't right about anything. Yeah, I don't think he was right about anything. Matter and energy float in a sea of ether. Well, again, they are the ether, you idiot. They don't float. God, so you don't really understand what ether is if you think stuff floats on it. AKA the photonic soup, particle soup. Well, they are the soup, shithead. The soup is energy. You just can't see it because when it's in balance, it doesn't reveal itself. You only see energy when there's an imbalance of it. When there's more of it on one side of you than the other side of you, then it tips you the fuck over. The smallest quanta in the universe can be divided into... Or the smallest quanta in the universe can be divided into are photons. Well, again, the smallest is gravitons, if you want to be technical about it. But they're the same thing, one with a frequency, one without a frequency. Duh. One coming at you in frequency, one not coming at you in frequency are polarized. So that doesn't mean anything to me, obviously. I would not say it that way. I don't care what the particle tards have to say. Their theories don't make sense. Well, I don't know what you say. The smallest quanta in the universe can be divided. The smallest quanta the universe can be divided into are the photons. Well, there, you just admitted it. So you're saying you don't agree with that. I don't know. You're too stupid. The universe is made up of energy. Energy is derived into matter and antimatter. Well, there's no such thing as antimatter. Kook. Photons are both, whatever that means. Neither antimatter or matter can come into existence without ether. Well, whatever. That doesn't say anything either. The book talks about this in detail, and yet you morons refuse to read it. Well, you said I just stole from it, you fucking cunt. You make an accusation you can't base with anything. You can find it on eBay. Wow. Ooh, how cool. I can find it, not buying it, idiot. I can just go to the Wikipedia page and have a good fucking laugh. Jesus Christ. So this Kevin guy's a real douchebag, so I just delete his comments. I don't bother reading those anymore. You can just fuck off, Kevin. I'm not even gonna read them. So good.